Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing again. 1 2 3. Well, here we are. It's going to be the Cavaliers all time against the Bulls. And that's LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. A very, very big marquee matchup. And then the Atlanta Hawks, Dominique Wilkins against LeBron James again. Let's see how many games LeBron James can win today. So it'll be the Cavaliers against the all-time Bulls. LeBron James at 99, Michael Jordan at 99. It really looks like the Bulls are a little bit more stacked. Let's go to Chicago now, and this will be the opening tip as we're about ready to go. I want to do this here for the camera. I want to change. Here we go. So we're going to try this one. We're ready to go, and we will be underway. And here it is. They will win the tip. Artist Gilmore for the Chicago Bulls. Here's Jalen Rose. Rose from the insignia. In and out, no good. Here's Doherty. Oh, almost stepped out of bounds there. Well, in this tournament, 4 10-minute quarters, that's it. And then into Kevin Love. Oh, he was guarded by Rodman. You'd think that's a long three. He doesn't even hit the rim. There's no shot clock on this. And it'll be a good one. Here's Scotty. No foul. LeBron James a rebound, and here he goes for the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron over to Carr. I think that's Antoine Carr. James backing in. And over to Eric Rose. It's 2-0. Chicago's loaded. A lot of people said because of Michael Jordan, Artist Gilmore, and even Dennis Rodman defense that that was some of the most perfect balanced team in this game. Michael got it and one. Doherty with the foul. I don't know. I would say that the LA Lakers are really the most balanced, and Jordan nails it. 3-2. I would say they're the most balanced. The LA Lakers, they beat the Jazz by 41. My God, I watched that game. Wasn't even close. James into Kevin Love against Rodman, and it's in. 4-3. It's Cleveland with the lead. Rose. 3. Got it! Oh, they're opening. This is like all the other ones. A good flow. You usually get a lot of shots hitting early, and then it tapers down. 6-4. There's LeBron. In and out, no good. Jordan the rebound. And the Chicago Bulls will bring it up. They lead 6-4. They play, and then we have the Hawks in the Heat. That should be really fun. There's a long 2. No. And rebound Doherty. And he goes to LeBron James. LeBron James. He'll take it. Look at this for a while. They go to Kevin Love. Kevin Love blocked, and here's Scotty. Scotty again. 3. Oh, he hits a 3. It's a standalone, and it's 9-4. Oh, that was big. He might have been over the line. Who knows? Antoine Carr, remember him? I guess it was Notre Dame against Miami of Ohio. And out of bounds, it'll be the Cavs ball. Artist Gilmore try to get it. No shot clock here in this league. It's the all-time Bulls and the all-time Cavs, and difference is you only get 5 fouls in a game. And here's Rose. You got Jordan on the wing. They won't go. They go to Gilmore, and he puts it in. Artis Gilmore, look at him. He'll come in, and look at this. Good night, and they're looking good. The Cavaliers had so much promise, and right now they're getting stoned pretty much. It's 11-4. Offensively, they're having trouble getting it to James. He has one shot and he missed. There's another from the wing. He's 0 for 2. Gilmore the rebound. Pippen to Jordan. Oh, what a move. Oh, a lot of people think the Bulls could be a Final Four team. 3. Derrick Rose, and they hit the 3. 14-4. It is all Chicago early. Cleveland's got to really slow this game down. We'll be back. (14-4) here in the first. And here's LeBron James. Again, he's doubled. And, he loses it. Dennis Rodman, what a great defense. Oh, what a pass by Jordan. That's the difference. That's why Jordan is, I think he's one of the best ever. Now, as he said, you can't compare people in different eras. But see, somebody of a lesser quality who says they're a superstar tries to go one-on-one, and Jordan made a great pass. There's LeBron, and a 3. He's 0 for 3. Kevin Love, and it finally gets 2. He puts it over Rodman. First of our doubleheader today. It's going to be the Cavs and the Bulls first, the Hawks and the Heat. Remember, you only play 7 games. You need every one. Oh, Jordan over James. Look at this. Good night reverse. He knew he could go in with the regular jam. He knows what this game means. Yeah, they do. They know what it means. And Chicago is all over Cleveland. There's the steal defensively. The Bulls are playing very well. And Scotty, yes. Oh my goodness. Cleveland's getting killed. What do you do when you have a broadcast and you know a team is going to they are just getting bashed early on. Kevin Love. Oh, Jordan a steal. He's going to bring it down. Jordan will pull, and miss. Rebound Gilmore. Oh, they go to Rose. Oh, Rodman thought about the 3. 3 from Rose, and he misses. And here's Antoine Carr the other way. They'll push it up to Mark Price. Maybe he's got to shoot a 3, and he does. And he misses. Gilmore the rebound. They give it to Michael. He's got Scotty above. Jordan, yes. Well, Jordan has 7 points. It's more than the Cavaliers. I mean, my God, we're just a few minutes into this game, and it's already a big blowout. A 3 and a miss. 0 for 4. And that is LeBron James for keeping. Nice 1 for 5. He does have 2 points. He has a field goal. He missed all his 3s. I know he's 0 for 3 there. 1 for 2 and 2s. Jordan, his foot was on the line, and he misses. He bricks that. Doherty over to Mark Price. Price over to LeBron James. Remember, we play 4 10-minute quarters, just like the Internationals or the Olympics. And here's Carr. Oh, what a spin move. He didn't need that, and Rodman to steal. Really, the one thing that has shocked me the most about this game so far has been the defense for Chicago. It's been absolutely incredible. Cleveland's not missing shots. They can't even get them off. Oh, Scotty got it. Oh, Scotty's near the 3-point line. But that is his range. It's 24-6. Doesn't matter where you shoot as long as it's in your range. It was 22. The Cavs got to call timeout again. So far, Chicago 24, the first 30 points. It's 24-6. I just heard something about the Dream Team today. They didn't call a timeout the entire tournament. And remember, in international basketball, the only person that can call a timeout is the head coach. Ilgauskas, no, Joachim, and that's going to be an N1. If Cleveland's going to get back in here, they need to go inside. The one thing Chicago in their history has not had, they've only had one good center, and that was Artis Gilmore. Now, they've had Joakim Noah, but he is no Artis Gilmore. Now, Artis is good enough to do the job. When he's out, you got to really pound it in. BJ. Here's Butler. Butler will take it out. Butler, oh, what a move, and it's blocked. Joakim again. Here's Love. No. And Ilgauskas will get it again to inside. Here's Kyrie now. 3. Yes. Straddles it in, and it's now 24-12, a 6-0 Cleveland run. Remember, the NBA, it's subtleties. It gave comebacks. Very rare is it 20-0 runs. There's B.J. Armstrong. And B.J. Armstrong out of the early 90s, rare that you see somebody as good as him shooting threes. Remember, in the 90s, they started to pick up the three-point shot. Not what it is today. Irving inside, 1-on-2. And he ended up scoring. You know that's going to bring a lot of defense over. Well, the Cavs are picking up their shooting. The Bulls still above 50. They're at 58%. Armstrong, oh, what a move. Oh, what a fake, Jimmy Butler. There's the 3. Oh, my. I got to see his name. 30 points in the first quarter. My goodness. I mean, they are absolutely, and there are no free throws, really. You know, a lot of times when teams score 40 in a quarter, it's because they get fouled a lot. Irving, and he got it. That was Jerry Sloan that hit that 3. Jerry Sloan, a player in the early 70s, and he coached the Utah Jazz for a long time. I'm like, who is him? Oh yeah, we got another one, and he misses. Oh, Clinton Parks, good to see you. Clinton Parks from Maine. That's one state I want to visit. I like Maine. You know why I like Maine? Just put me in the woods and let me just sit out and relax and have a Coors Light and just say, hey, this is good. 3. And a miss. No, but Clinton Parks, very good to see. I'm very happy you're in here. This is the all-time tournament. Each team plays everybody in their group once. It's like the Olympics. Sloan to Jimmy Butler. And then after that, the top 4 go. So each game means something. Jerry Sloan straddles it in. They got 33. And a lot of the times, teams score 40 or 50. I think 37 is what the Lakers had. They had 121 total. And that's going to be a foul on Armstrong. So Kyrie Irving will shoot 2. As Cleveland is trying to stay in this game, they have 1. My goodness, early on, the Cavs couldn't even get a shot off. And there's a miss. Joakim with the shot, the rebound, and they're going to bring it up. Reggie Theus, you remember that name? How the heck is he on an all-time team? It kind of shows you their only weakness is being thin. There's Love, and a miss, and that's the end of 1. Chicago's a point away from doubling Cleveland's score. Jerry Sloan helped them break it wide open, but it was 22-4. They were 22-6 early, and the Bulls are absolutely dominating. We'll be back in a second. Let me get a drink of water.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Bulls team.
Begin the second quarter of the Bulls and the Cavs. These are the first games, and it is always disheartening. You know, the Utah Jazz got blown out by 41 against the Lakers. And at least the Utah Jazz can say, well, we won a game, so maybe it was just a bad game. When it's your first game and you're down, that's big, but that's going to be Kyrie Irving. They have to keep him in a lot more. He has 10 points. And right now, I believe Rodman is on both. I'm not sure. I got to try. Oh, there's a three. It's 36-19. I believe that Dennis Rodman is on both, but they take their peak years. So we're going to see a younger Dennis Rodman against an older one, and Kyrie Irving a miss. He's doing too much. You can't just sit back there and chuck threes. The Bulls are cycling things around and getting open shots. And they're doing very well. Rose, the artist. God, no, he didn't get it. And now Artis Gilmore fell on the ground. They got to push it up. Terrell Brandon. Oh, you, David Little? Oh, yeah. Oh, I like David Little. Oh, LeBron James. One thing, Clint Parks. In a couple weeks, whenever my football's done, next week, actually. Next week, I got my David Little tournament. It's a professional tournament, and it's through Action PC. There's two more. That's Reggie Theus. And, but I got that going on. And I also have the college tournament with no three-point line and no shot clock on Action PC. But all the games are neutral site, but the pro games, it's the David Little tournament. Oh, that's LeBron James. He was able to get some lift there. It's now 15. David Little's awesome. I remember a game last year, and you can see it. It was in March, and I was in Thailand. Oh my God, Jacksonville. I remember that. You know what? In the summer, I just did the 1970s. If you look at my web, oh, he pushed off. He scored. But they scored without a three-point line or a shot clock. Jacksonville scored 140 points a game. They were unbelievably good. And they're on the top teams of all time. That's LeBron James. And James is like screaming and yelling, but they're still down by 15. I think he's trying to get himself psyched. That happens. That's all right. Not criticizing somebody for that. Everybody's different. And here's Rose. Rose will dribble in. Oh, he does a spin move, but nobody moves on it. Oh, he does that move. That subtle move was worth more than that spin move. And Chicago is insanely winning by a lot. Now, we don't jack up. This is on the average field goal percentage is 40-some%. It's in the high 40s, so. And, oh, Irving, he gets them up. He pulls and hits. And, oh, Bob Lanier. Oh, Lanier. Oh, Lanier for Detroit. When he was on, he was on. God, did Detroit make it? I'm not sure if they made it. What I did, there's a three, and Scotty hits it. What I did here, and we're going to check at the end of the game, is we didn't do every NBA team. What I did was I simulated a season and took the playoff teams, the 8 East and the 8 West, and then I said, all right, they're going to play each other once, and then the top four. Yeah, I might have wanted to have this go for a little bit longer, but I had a few other legs. And this game is a lot better than what I expected. But this game is different. This game is fun, but the stats are really Action PC, and I got Action PC tuned so that it actually looks like a basketball game when you watch it. There's Terrell Brandon, and that's going to be a miss. One thing about Terrell Brandon, I'll tell you, is in the late 90s, when I used to sim when I was oh, there it is, the slam. When I was a kid and I did this, literally a kid, I was in 11th grade. I simmed, and y'all would call games, but to an audience of absolutely zero. But I loved doing it because it kept me in the game. I simmed a game between them and the Spurs. They were a miracle team. And they went all the way, and it was single elimination, and all I did was put in different teams, whatever. And they went all the way, and it was tied at 89. There's James with the dunk. It was tied at 89, and the game ended 155, 151, and 4 overtimes. And Cleveland won the title. Still one of the best games I've ever done. But that was when I was in 11th grade. That's 1998. And there's 2 more. It's 20 now. I mean, that's what you do. That was still great. I remember Terrell Brandon from the Gund Arena days. Jordan Estelle, and the defense is looking good. And the way we have this league, though, is we have the 8 teams. But, Clinton, one of the things is that during the playoffs, we don't keep them to their We don't keep them to their conferences. We reseed them 1 through 8. There's Jordan, and he goes to Pippen and was blocked. Pippen will pick it up. Here's Jordan, and the foul. And he'll go to the line. He hasn't been the most involved today. He's not need to. And Jordan only 7 points. It'll be 8.
Michael Jordan, 2 shots.
And it's 51-29. Jones comes in for Cleveland, but you know, you need some late 70s magic here. But so that's the thing, you can have technically, because we go by records, they're going to reseed. So you could have the there's Mark Price, but it's not a 3. You can have the Bulls taking on the Celtics for the championship because everybody reseeds. Jordan, oh, what a pass, and it's going to be a miss. Doherty over to World B. Now, when World B played for the Warriors, and he was extremely good. 3, and a miss. Price, it's in and out. They needed to hit that. It's a 20-point lead. The Bulls are just absolutely playing one of the best basketball that you're going to see, but right now, do you want to waste it all against the Cavs? Jordan. The Cavs having trouble. They go to BJ. No. Like Big Bell. Oh, Artis! Oh, there's your Jacksonville. Remember him? Yeah. Clinton, I know, in Jacksonville. My God, he was good. He was in the Final Four. And I remember that was, you know, he's a heck of a player. He really is. He played a lot for the ABA, and that's going to be a foul on Levine. Zach Levine on an all-time team. That's the one thing about the Bulls, though, is their depth. That you only get 5 fouls in this league. And World B. Free is shooting 2. And, the talent in that Final Four, that was 1970 or 71 or 70-71. When I look back, see, that's the one thing. You know, college basketball, there's a 3, and he nailed it. College basketball back then was extremely talented, and one of the things that I saw, one of the things that I really liked, they needed a little amalgamation in the rules. I love the fact that there was a lot of ball movement, but the thing I hated the fact sometimes that the game ended with 4 minutes to go. And you would have a great game, it'd be 68, 66, up and down, and all of a sudden 4 minutes to go. There's the end game. BJ, unreal, and Joakim couldn't get the rebound. Smith will get it. Smith, the World B. Down by 22. Here's Kevin Love. And no, boy, nothing's falling. He should get that pane of glass out from the hoop. And Levine. Carnival rims there. Beam again inside. That's going to be a foul. They're going to call that a shooting foul on Price. Well, when you see this again, usually foul shot's not really big here, but usually you see a lot of, you'll see a high-scoring quarter. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Duke, North Carolina, and also, too, I think television was. For 2 reasons. Number one, if you watch the end of the 1977 championship game, and that is Levine, and he misses, but I mean, we're going to go to this. It's a 24-point game. This thing's over. Chicago's killing them. But this is our first game. We have another game, the Hawks and the Heat. The Hawks are surprisingly good because, remember, they have everybody 60s and 70s, and they have Pistol Pete and all that. Love pushes off, nothing called. But one of the reasons is TV. If you watch the end of that game, people were getting mad that the first 15 minutes would literally take an hour and 20 minutes, and then the last 4 or 5 minutes were literally taking 40 minutes, and most of that 40 minutes was dead time. People were getting mad, and it was tough. There's Love for 3 and a miss. and that was the killer. And also ESPN in the early 80s, Sloan for 3 and a miss. And ESPN said this to the NCAA. They had a Cincinnati game on, and Cincinnati beat somebody in basketball 21-16, and the entire first half they stalled. And yeah, the human highlight reel, oh yeah. Oh, that is Dominique Wilkins. Oh, I can't, oh yeah. 3 and a miss. See, now their shots are starting to come down, the percentage. They're hitting a lot. There's Jerry Sloan to steal. You gotta be smart. There's a 3. Oh, Jerry. Jerry never played. I mean, in the ABA, he had a 3-point line. But in the NBA now, it's 61-34. This thing's over. We're going to talk a little bit about basketball a little bit more. We got hockey tonight. No, do we have hockey? I'm trying to think what I want to do. Hockey, yeah. A 3, and that's it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When I was a kid, I saw Larry Bird. It's going to be the end of the first half. Really quickly, the score 61-34. This thing is really over. We're just filling time. And what the heck is this? All right, I don't know what the heck that was, but it is the half. I'm going to talk a little bit about Larry Bird. He had an for Boston. That's going to be big. Imagine Bill Russell. Well, at least the Cavaliers are consistent. 17 each quarter. Derrick Rose, Derrick Rose is good because there's a 3 for Jerry Sloan. But, I don't know what is Jabberwocky? That is, what animal would you choose as the mascot? What do you mean? I don't know, the flesh-eating parasite. Technically, that's an animal. What animal would I use for a mascot? I'm going to say flesh-eating parasite. Can you imagine that if somebody had... Can you imagine? That's good. I want to see them. Oh, Jabberwocky. Okay. So that's pretty cool. One of the, that's pretty cool. I'll see him like, whoa, that's pretty good. One of the things that I want to say, though, is, and I think it's kind of cool, Jabberwocky. I'm wondering whether somebody, like, hacked him. Like, oh, that's the dance troupe. I forgot about that. I remember Larry Bird, and I remember him playing when I was a kid, but I got the tail end of his career. Like, when I started seeing him play, it was the late 80s. It was good. I think we were talking about shot clocks here in a second, but ESPN. Yeah, oh yeah, I see that. Yeah. I'm in Pakistan. Yeah, I agree. I see a lot here that, even though when I work, I love coming home to the States. That's going to be a foul on Rodman is first on Kevin Love. But, that's the one thing I say. It's 61-35. And Love again is 61-36. Now, but one of the things with shot clocks is Cincinnati won a game 21-16 or something like that. And ESPN said, if we're going to pay money for this stuff, we're not going to have this. Because people are turning it off and booing and saying, what the heck? And there it is, no good. And Gilmore, it's good. +2, a shot clock starts, it speeds up the end of the game. Because with the 24-second shot clock, people play basketball until about 30 seconds left. And that's LeBron. But without a shot clock, you got a foul with about 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. If you're down by 4, you got a foul with 1.5 minutes to go. Pippen. And he'll take a look here. They go inside, and that's going to be Gilmore fouled by Brad Daugherty. And here's Artis for 2. For the Boston Celtics, they have Larry Bird and then Bill Russell on defense. There's a lot of really good. There's a lot of talent. Oh, the power came on. You're wondering how I'm doing this game without power? I got a uninterrupted power supply. UPS. Our school gives us houses. I got half a freaking mansion. And Price. That's going to be a long way. And Price a miss. Rodman again to Michael Jordan. A three and a miss. Here's LeBron James. LeBron will dribble it down. Oh, yeah, he beat everybody. Sometimes you get those dunks, but what you don't want to do is the and ones add up. You don't want three of those and ones. That's another possession. You see what I'm saying? It's 23, though. Scotty. I mean, they got so... Oh, Artist is really? Is he going to do that? I mean, that's the old days, man. You take those shots. There's no shot clock here. Here is Carr to Doherty. And there's a three. And they're trying to come back. Won't happen. I haven't seen Dennis Rodman now get a lot of rebounds. And one. Look at that. That is big Derrick Rose. And plus two. It isn't three-pointers. It's the and ones. And then hitting a lot of free throws to get you a big quarter. Yeah, sometimes you shoot well, and there's the shot clock, you'll get in the 30s. But to get to mid-40s, it's not only, it's and ones where the clock is stopped. They add up. If you have 20 made field goals, and everybody takes about 4 seconds off the, oh, Rodman, 4 seconds to inbound the ball, then that's 80, that's a minute off the clock. The Cavs are getting thoroughly embarrassed here. And the Bulls, now we got to start talking. I mean, is there going to be tears in this league? Are there going to be the greatest ever? Yeah, there we go. Shooting bricks, oh my goodness. Artists. It's hard today in college with the 30-second shot clock. Because the problem is the college is like international basketball sucks. It used to be really good. I used to like it. The international game, oh, he plays for the Houston Rockets or the Houston Cougars because Houston's right now #1. And that would be interesting if he played for both. I mean, that's pretty cool. There's going to be Rose. Now they're just holding the ball. Jabari Smith. Oh, all right. I heard him. Oh, whoa, Dennis Rodman hitting that. Dennis Rodman was a clutch player. I mean, he'll hit shots. He's no dummy. If he's wide open, he'll hit. Ben Wallace is the only one I can think of that really couldn't hit a shot and was in the NBA. Here's Kyrie Irving. They're treating this like an all-star game now, so will I. I'll just talk about things. International basketball sucks. Jabari Smith. Jabari Smith. Okay, now I got a fan. Now I'm a fan. You got me a fan of Jabari Smith. He's your wife's cousin. That's cool. That's what I like. You know, it's fun, isn't it? I used to be equipment guy for Pitt football. And one thing I learned was when I was an equipment guy at Pitt football, it was 4 years. If you open a media guide, there's LeBron James, a nice dunk. And the thing that hurts international basketball is the 24-second shot clock. Because when you dribble it over, you only got 18 seconds. And you don't have time to run an offense. These people aren't as skilled as the NBA. So therefore, it's get the ball down, 1 or 2 passes, and shoot. There's no time to be physical. You know, in the old days, you'd cycle the ball around like Arvydas Sabonis. And he won a European championship on a broken backboard. You can YouTube it. He slam dunk, broke the backboard. They go up, no more backboard. And they ended up ending the game. It's 30 now. But I remember that. Arvydas Sabonis did that. Yeah, you're right. International basketball was a lot more physical. Remember the 72 finals. Whenever they got that guy doing they took out the American. They got him on a jump ball. They both went up, and then he just shoved his way, shoved the guy to the floor. It was right after the fight, right after the scruffle where they threw both people out. And that hurt. That really did hurt. USA came back. There was a lot wrong with that thing, but that's why I always said the Olympics, the Russians, was there something wrong? I don't think it was a conspiracy there. I think it was absolute incompetence. Because remember, officiating, good officiating is very rare around the world, and I could see it. In the United States, it's good because you have camps and you have rating systems and you have to do certain things to get into the pro leagues. When I watched Chinese basketball, I did, out of the Beijing Dragons. I went to a few of their games in the Cadillac Arena when it was the Cadillac Arena. And the officiating was terrible. It was absolute garbage. And the reason was you took the oldest people, put them on the court, and they said, well, I've been doing this 30 years, so I must be good. And they weren't, and nobody else wanted to challenge them. So you know what I did? I challenged them. I was a referee for 12 years in basketball, high school level, and so I challenged them. I knew what they were doing wrong. The center in the trail position, the center was working way too dang high, and everybody was ball watching. That was it, elementary things. I wasn't saying I was great, but elementary things, and I started heckling the evaluator. I saw where the evaluator was, and I heckled the evaluator, and I started saying, hey, that center's too high. He's not helping out the lead. I said, and then there were things like, hey, he started to dribble in the center's territory. He's got the guy all the way to the basket. And your trail's calling it from across the court. I said, and then I started heckling the evaluator himself. I'm like, what kind of evaluator are you? I said, what are you going to do? You're going to go in there and you're going to give the oldest guy the best ratings and then act and pretend like they're good. I said, I know how this works. It's true. Internationally, it's all like that in a lot of countries. The U.S. is one of the countries, basketball officiating. Europe, it's too niche right now. It's becoming more popular, way more popular. And as it becomes less niche in Europe, then it's going to be you're going to get a lot of really good officials from there. You get good referees anywhere. But, you know, and the U.S. used to be, oh, look at this system. And you have that now. I mean, to get in, to be a referee, it is extremely difficult. It is skill, it is all that stuff. A lot of people don't make it. So usually in a father-son combination, one of them doesn't belong. Sometimes a father brings in the son, and the son is a lot better. Good. Sometimes a father brings in a son, and the son isn't as good. It's tough. It's extremely rare. It's like, tell me, you got to be a Hall of Fame referee to be in the pros. That's how you got to be a Hall of Fame referee to be in the pros. You got to be that good. To give you an idea how good these referees are, if the power goes out, you're going to have all three referees knowing the score, the time, what was left on the shot clock. They're that cognizant. They could even tell you a few of the players that were on the floor. They're that good. And the speed, you can look at this, they are that good. When you put nepotism in it, oh, I'm going to do this, and it happens everywhere. I'm not saying one or another country, whatever. You and I know it happens everywhere. But in the U.S., you got ratings, and you got people going, no, 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 yes, yes. What happens is, now all of a sudden you got people that don't belong. That's why there's so many fights internationally in basketball. You're right, Clinton, it is less physical, much less physical than it used to be. But there's a lot more fights because the referees cannot handle the games. They can't handle it. I watched too many international games. I've subscribed to the FIBA basketball channel. There's a channel on YouTube. It's called FIBA, the basketball channel. And when you see basketball all around the world. I was watching Madagascar tournament earlier in August, and it was fun watching. There's a foul, and that's going to be on Noah. This game is over, so, you know, Gaskis, the only bright spot for Cleveland. And now he messed that up. But anyways, so I watch, and a lot of the officials are good. I'm telling you, a lot of them are learning and they're getting better. Officiating's getting better. But then I look at the pro leagues, and these pro leagues are letting so much off the ball crap. Remember, in basketball, your fights happen because of stuff off the ball. And that's going to be a 3. Smith puts it in. Fights happen because of off the ball stuff. If you're a referee and a fight happens, I guarantee I can break down the film and find all the off-the-ball crap that happens that you never cleaned up. And Levine, no. You know, our school is hosting, and I'm telling our AD, I said, basketball's a sport. You got to know what you're doing. You can't get people off the street to referee it. 3, and it is good. And this is going to be it at the end of 3 quarters. The score, Chicago 80, Cleveland 56. It's all Chicago. We don't really need to see this game a little more. I'm just on my rant rave. If you're listening, please type in something. When you say German-American style football, like the NFL in Europe or the WLAF? Like the old Rhine Fire, or do you mean the Bundesliga? Because I don't mind watching a Bundesliga, but the problem with soccer is the only league in the world where there's 2 leagues in the world where it is competitive for a domestic league. That's England and the United States. Other leagues, hey, Al Red Sox fan, you're missing. This game is a blowout, and there's LeBron. We're getting into basketball, refereeing. A Bundesliga, yeah, I do, but it's top-heavy. That's the only thing I have against it, is it's top-heavy. It's fun, it's good to see, and the people love each other, but it is top-heavy. You know, there's 4 or 5, it's like La Liga or Serie A. That's why I like the Champions League, is because it is competitive. And that's going to be James in there. First of our doubleheader. Al Red Sox fan, good to see her. We're talking about officiating. We're talking about refereeing. I got a referee. I want to referee in our school. We're going to host a tournament the 9th and the 10th of February. And we're going to host a tournament. Here's Rose. And Rose, again, it's good. Jalen Rose, and it is 84-60. Played quarterback last summer and moved. Oh, that's right. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong thing. Yes. The German League of American Football. Yes, yes, yes. I like the German League of American Football. That's something I think. Germany is much more into American football than England. And that's why I think people need to understand is that if the NFL gets a team in Germany, they're set. They can have 2 teams in Germany. Probably Berlin, yes, because it's the capital and notoriety and there's money there. Probably less fans, like given Washington, D.C. It's like the Commanders/Redskins. Okay, now the Commanders. But anyway, it's like them. Are they the most football hungry? No. Do they got money? Yes. Do we need a team there because it's a capital? Yes. So there we go. It's a small Washington. The Redskins, when they were, and now the Commanders, are a small market team like the Steelers. In fact, the reason why the NFL had revenue sharing is because Art Rooney and the original owner of the Redskins, they back in the 50s and 60s argued for it and said, the only way we're going to have a team is if we revenue share. And they did, and that kept Green Bay alive. Green Bay is but they bleed off Milwaukee. And they also have a corner of that thing where their market is bigger. They represent a lot. Pittsburgh really doesn't because you got boundaries. Pittsburgh, you got a lot of boundaries around it. The Steelers. You have the Cleveland boundary. You have the Buffalo boundary. You have the Philadelphia boundary. And you have the Washington boundary. Oh, yeah. Remember the old WLAF? I loved that. I loved the New York, New Jersey Knights. Reggie Slack was the quarterback. Miles Davis. There's BJ and a miss. This game is going to be, I mean, if Cleveland gets close, we'll call it. But it's 20 and there's 6 minutes to go. And they just turn the ball over. You notice Jordan hasn't played most of this game. 3 minutes, Armstrong. Oh, my God. He's done that all game. He's been able to do that. He's just firing. When you lead by 20, you can do that. So, anyways, here's LeBron, and he misses. So, I remember the old World League of American Football. They had the 4-point field goal, but for 1 year, Gilmore against Price. Yeah, you know where that's going. You know Chicago's going to fight to get 100 points. The Lakers won by 41. This is 25. Cleveland's better than the Jazz. There's a 3 and a miss. And LeBron. The difference between LA and Chicago is the deepness of their roster. And the fact that LA, whenever they put in their subs, they're putting in freaking Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as their subs. And they're going against Utah subs. So what do you think's going to happen? But there's Price, and he nails it. So in a short 40-minute game, you're going to have basically a 7 or 8 man rotation. Chicago will compete. They'll compete. Here's Reggie Theus over to Tony. Yes. The thing about LA, though, that is different is, yes, 7 or 8. If you play the Lakers, you got to control the tempo. And it's going to be the same with Boston. Boston can play any style. They got Bill Russell. They got Larry Bird. They got Kevin Garnett. They got a lot of it. There's a timeout. We're just going to skip through this because we need to do the second part of our doubleheader. Like right now, it's like. But anyway, we're going with officiating. I got to do that. And in FIBA, now for international school basketball, there's only been one NBA player, and that's going to be on Rodman, his second. And be right back, work. I'll see you in a minute or two. The second game's going to be much better than this. There's only one international basketball player that I can think of that made the NBA and played truly international basketball, I believe, and that was Steve Kerr. And Steve Kerr, remember he went to the ISB, I believe, the International School at Beirut. Remember, his dad was president of the American University there, American University in Beirut. And when, unfortunately, his dad, well, you could read about what happened to him, and it was very, very, very bad when he was, Steve Kerr was at Arizona. But right now, Chicago's going to be riding towards that 100. They want to be in that 100 club. It's hard to get 100 without a shot clock in 40-minute quarters. Here's Kyrie. Oh, they go to Love, and it's out of bounds. That wasn't good. But anyway, Steve Kerr's the only one. So when I referee international basketball, you got to get off the ball because that's where all the fights are. You got to get off the ball. The kids can't play. They throw the ball out of bounds. You'll get 20% shooting percentages. They'll all shoot threes. But the rebounds, because they miss, there's a lot of rebounds. And everybody is underneath, and then all of a sudden they start playing inside the last 5 minutes. Remember, they supposedly have a shot clock. I went in to a meeting in Thailand, and there were coaches arguing about a shot clock. And I told him if any one of these teams can hold the ball for 30 seconds, then you win. You win the game. It's hard to hold the ball in basketball. It's like an extra point. You see these people like North Carolina and Duke and all them running the four corners and delays, and you think it's easy. Oh, in any basketball. And then what they do is you watch high school basketball in Pennsylvania without a shot clock, and high school basketball in Pennsylvania in the western part is not good. And what happens is you see teams try and hold it the last minute, and I think the average is about 12 passes. By the time you have your 12 pass, there's a turnover. You know, and 12 passes about 40 seconds. And they're going to get, I think that's 100. I have the little bubble covering up, it is 100. It was covering up the score. And LeBron with the hook, no good. But I want to, I mean, my goodness, let me tell you right now that it's just, it can be weird. It really can. I lost my train of thought here. I do that all the time. Here's Artis Gilmore against Brett Dougherty. Over to Jimmy Butler. Oh, Indiana's great. Indiana's great. Indiana, the talent level's really good. Now, Indiana, they can run delays. They can do all that stuff. Why? Because they're good enough to do it. The fever is there. It's like Pennsylvania high school football. Yeah, the 40-second play clock makes sense because in football, the organization, the people doing stuff, they know how to do things. You know, you're ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. You're ready to go. So, I mean, it's 100-79. Chicago's really held back a lot. James at 3, and there's going to be a miss. Gilmore the rebound. This game was over by the end of the first quarter. Seriously. Oh, I see. It's not soccer, but Bundesliga what you put up there. Yeah. But anyway, so international football, that's the thing. If you go to Berlin, you'll put a team, but really Munich is where they love. It's where they love American football. And Munich is where you'll sell out places. That's going to be a slam, 102-81. I mean, there comes a point where, like, it's over, and it's over now. And you're not, you know, pro athletes aren't going to quit. This is their profession. You know, so they know they're professionals, and they have a lot to do. Like, you're not going to slam Derrick Rose into the bleachers on something like that, because the game is over and he's not doing a dumb move. There's an opening, so he's going to take it. Everybody's like, we messed up. But James will hold it, and that'll be it. At the end of the game, it's 104-81. In a game that wasn't really close, Chicago wins. Don't worry, we have a second game going on. And the second game will be the Hawks at the Heat. That should be neat. As LeBron James, look at that old Cavaliers jersey in the stands, a blue and black one. And that's a vintage one also. Player of the game, Derrick Rose. And why is it Derrick Rose? Because most of the starters said, after the first quarter, they were going to take it off. So, very quickly, we're going to take a look at the box score here and go to the next game. So you take a look here, and there it is, 104-81. You can see the third quarter, the Cavs won it in the fourth, but look, the first was 33-17, then 28-17. Derrick Rose with 26 points. Artis Gilmore, 14 and 15 rebounds. Rodman had 10 rebounds. Noah had 12. And the Bulls look really good. Michael Jordan had only 11 points. Why? Because he only played 20 of the 40 minutes. This game was over. It was a blowout. On the other way, LeBron James had 33, 6, and 1. And when you take a look at the total look, the Bulls shot 51%. The Cavs shot 46. The threes, well, the Bulls took a lot, but You know how it is. 21 fast break points. They were really good early on. They absolutely shellacked them. So now we're going to have the Heat, and this is going to be the Heat with Hardaway Wade, James Bosch, and Alonzo Mourning against the all-time Hawks, Doc Rivers, Joe Caldwell. Caldwell, really? Dominique, Bog Pettit, and Dikembe Mutombo. Oh, this will be unique here in Miami, and I like this. Let's go a little bit back a little bit and see this. We're about ready to go here in Miami. This is game number 2. The vintage uniforms are underway. And again, you have LeBron James for the Miami Heat. This is the Miami LeBron James. Here's Dwayne Wade to Hardaway to begin it. Oh, crap. So look at that stupid update required. Give me 1 second as we're going to hit. No, we want to save it. Oh, you got to be kidding me. If I got to quit, I'm going to quit now. And I'm not going to have that red thing on the very bottom. If they are that blankety blank to put that up there, which is absolutely ridiculous. And so give me 1 second. We're going to start that game over again. And there we go. We're going to hit exit. Yep, there it is. And all right, I'm on the main page, so you better update, and it better be a good update. The stupid, why is this the only game where you got to go to the main page for an update? Seriously. Unless it's an ad. They got to put ads on here. Because paying $60 for a game, and now you got to hear ad. There's the ad. Oh, game-winning fits. So I got to go to the beginning and see an ad. What a bunch of garbage. Seriously. It's a good game, but that doesn't mean that what they did was garbage. So now we're going to take a look again. We're going to start again, and we're going to play it. There it is, and we're going to go to Miami again, the Miami Heat. Let's see if it keeps the camera settings. It does.
Here we go.
We're underway. And Bosch will be back to Hardaway. We begin it again. Same thing. Here's Dwayne Wade. As we begin again, maybe another update will come around. You have Wade, you have LeBron James. Hardaway, we already went over the lineups. It's the same, and there's the miss. Caldwell the rebound. Caldwell's a rebounder, and a defender. Headed to Rivers. Oh, what a pass by Rivers, and it's in. It's 2-0 Atlanta. Well, this is a Southeastern rivalry. When it comes to cities in the NBA, the Hawks and the Heat. There's 2 and a miss. Rebound, and he scores. That's Alonzo Mourning, and it's tied at 2. You know, a lot of people think that Miami's going to be the super team with LeBron James. Everybody's good. It's who's going to be around LeBron that makes it good. There's the steal, Bosch. And LeBron James bring it over. Backs it in and doubled and misses. Dominique. There he is, Clinton Parks, a human highlight film. Human highlight reel. And Caldwell again. Caldwell. And that's going to be a foul. It'll be a reach. It's on the floor. Technically, there is no reach, and there is no on the floor. It's called a common foul, and it's illegal use of hands. Rivers. Hardaway, and here it is the other way. Oh, he knocks him down, and he gets the and one. And right now, that is one of those that Atlanta's saying, what are you doing? He initiated the contact. Oh, my. And Hardaway puts it in. It's 5-2. Oh, sometimes you let things, sometimes as a referee, it happens so quick, you want to say, yeah, I want to get that back. Caldwell. And that's going to be hard hit and a foul there. Miami 5, Atlanta 2.
Shooting for the ball, Joe Caldwell.
So Caldwell for 2, and he misses the first. Oh, Digital Diamond, Ed McGreevy. Is that the one? And that's going to make it. Wait a second, the Ed McGreevy League. Is that the one with the Butler Yankees in it? Because I watch Beatles Eternally. And when I see that, it's going to be up and no good. And he wanted Beatles Eternally, wanted teams. Okay. And here's Caldwell. And Dikembe inside, and he is fouled by Dwayne Wade a second. Dwayne Wade's got a lead. And this is Smith. Oh, hey, the Butler Yankees. I'm from Butler, Pennsylvania. So the Butler Yankees were a real team in the 1930s. They're a real minor league team and a real New York Yankees with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. That's going to be Bob Pettit who scores there and ties it at 5. This game will be in the mid-80s. It has that feel to it. But anyway, the Butler Yankees hosted the real New York Yankees with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. Oh, James got that one, but he doesn't take it in, but he still scores 2. Hilltop Park, that was a New York Highlanders early stadium. Nobody hit a home run over the fence because it was 525 feet. And nobody hit a home run over it. It was all inside the Parkers. And that'll be one. In fact, people used to sit in the infield. And they used to sit on picnic blankets, not on the infield, but inside of the wall in the outfield. It was a neat sight to see. So here's Smith. We're going to have hockey tonight, the first game of the David Gardner League. And I just see him doing hockey all the time, so I named the league after him. David Little's the Pro Basketball League. And I'll be starting. That's going to be a miss. And oh, there we go, Exposition Park. And that'll be good. So that is the league. I love watching it. Early in the morning, it's on whenever I get to work in Pakistan. And I watch it all. I do. So here comes Doc here in the first quarter. Rivers over to Pettit, a 3. And he hits. Boy, how things are different when you get a three-point line and you play in an offensive today's. Yeah, it's way different. Really, Prof, okay. The Professor, that's pretty cool. So I like listening, I really do. It's better than radio. I don't even listen to real sports anymore. You know why? Because I like listening to sports. I don't like listening to people's opinions on other things. Oh, and that's an and one, and that's on Pettit. Oh, yeah, that is on Bob Pettit. And now here is Miami to try and tie it. And they do. It's 10-all. 10-10 early on here in the first quarter of game number 2. We're going to have this game. I'm going to go take a shower. And then we're going to go up and do hockey to end this. I'm going to keep the Creators Cup till this Sunday. We skipped last Sunday and the Creators Cup. There's a 3 and he hits. That's Dominique Wilkins. And if you saw my earlier replay of the 1983-84, Dominique would have 45-50 a game. He doesn't need that here. He won't get that. Just because of the defense played on him and the need for a teammate open shots. One-on-one is not going to be great in the human highlight reel. All of a sudden, that's going to be his first foul. Shaq will come in for Miami. Remember, Shaq won the title in 06 with Miami. What is it, 5 with the Lakers and 1 with the Heat? And that's Pettit's second. He's got to get out of here after this free throw. And he hits 1, and yeah, he's coming out. Kevin Willis will come in. And we got to see that. Remember Kevin Willis on the all-time? I remember in the 80s on TBS. You had the Braves announcers doing the game. And here's Morning, Alonso from the Omni. I remember that, from the Omni. And one night I could watch the Bulls on TBS. I could watch, there's Alonso Morning against, Dominique. I could watch the Bulls on WGN. I could watch the Hawks on TBS. I could watch the NBA Game of the Night on TNT. I could have 3 games going on at once. And that was just one time slot. Hagen. Some of the people aren't here. 13. Hagen again, a 3. Got it! Boy, he can shoot. He's one of those players probably from the 60s. People forget that the Hawks were in St. Louis for a long time, and they were really, really good. In the late 50s and early 60s, they had a lot of good shooters. They won't dominate the boards on Shaq. They ISO James, they go outside. 3. No. And he can't hit it. Wade with the man. No, that's Smith. A lot of people have the same numbers. Wade and Smith, both number 3s. In this league, you're allowed that because you call it on a name. And everybody knows who these players are. I mean, J.R. Smith and then Dwayne Wade. There's Smith. He'll pop that one. Pulls and hits that. And Miami's within a point. You only play 7 games, so every game is really a lot. 3. Got it! And now it's 19-15 Atlanta. It's looking good. Here's LeBron. They got 3 people ready to come in. Oh yeah, and it is good. Oh yeah. Oak Hill Auditorium. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they did a thing on how it looks like a mausoleum from the outside. Right now it's 1970. They're like, hey, it was a basketball arena. I think it was a horseshoe shape. But this North Catholic is a high school near what I was. They have a brand new high school. But they used to play on a stage. They used to play on a stage. And you got an end-to-end view. And you sat in the theater seats, and it's like, really? Timeout, Hawks were tied here in the first. It's 19-19. So here comes Atlanta. But Atlanta played on a normal floor. It just looked like Ohio State, and it was. Here we go. Here's Hagen. And no. Dragic. Over to Johnson. There's O'Neal, and he got it. Shaq and Shaquille O'Neal. It's 21-19. Young. 3. Oh, he misses that one, and here's Shaq. Again, here's Dragic. Over to Jones. Jones has the, I believe that's Popeye Jones. Remember him? Dragic to Shaq. Got it. Oh, what a roll. What? People forget he did have that little bit of a touch. He wasn't just all slam and rebounds. He was like Wilt. He had that little bit of a touch. I remember his jump shots, he would just roll his fist. And Miami has scored the last 4 and a half of the league. Hagen, no. They got to hit those open jumpers. Here's Rice. That's a long 2. Jones misses. Rebound, Young. Trying to get inside. Under a minute, there's a 3. No. Dragic the other way. Dragic to Butler. Glenn Rice. Got it. So So if you were in the Navy, what years were you at the Navy, Clinton? What years were you in the Navy? You seem like, what years did you serve in the Navy? I know you were at okay, 74 through 94. Dad was in, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. I'll finish this right after I say this. Miami has a 25-19 lead. It's been pretty good in the first quarter. We'll be back.
Your Heat Youth team. Battling for the Heat with the Miami Heat Monsters.
So 25-19. Dad was in from 68 to 72. And then 68 to 72. I believe so, yes. And he was on the Intrepid. 3, and Pettit, no. It's the one thing people forget. Big men back then could shoot. They could shoot. There was no three-point line, but big men back then actually played like the European big men of today, and they could shoot. And it is good. Miami by 8. They've scored the last 8 since they were tied. But yeah, Dad was on the Intrepid from 68 to 72. I don't know. I think it was 68 to 70 that he actually served on there, or 60. That's going to be good. 57% for the Heat. 41 for the Hawks. It's going to be field goal percentage, 27-21. Okay, the Forrestal. Oh, what a jam! And Miami is looking good here, 29-21, a 10-2 run. Well, Atlanta's got to do something now. Young, a 3, no. And here's Jimmy Butler. If you go to New York City right now, the Intrepid is a museum. And me and my brother and my dad went to the Intrepid, and we saw just the ship, and, you know, Dad could have given a tour. Hudson, no. And Adebayo. Butler, no, and a rebound. Johnson. Over to Young. Here's Kevin Willis to Young. Young and a foul. Really? That's pretty cool.
Shooting for the Trae Young.
And here's 2, and that's going to be 1. And this will be a second one. I'm not a big city person. That's why I don't go and visit it again. Because, you know, when you go with a group of people, you go that somebody's on it, it's more about the person than it is the artifact and the ship. So when we went there, it was more about Dad's history than it was the history of the ship. Yeah, because it gets absolutely packed with people. But, you know, I went one time, it was with Dad and my brother, and it was more about Dad really, and his time on there, than it really was the ship. I wanted to know about how the ship was good for this, or like how Dad did this and this on the ship. But then I want to go again, and then if I want to learn the history, oh, what a pass by Dwayne Wade, and 1! And that's on Dominique. Bam Adebayo. Oh, Dominique is angry. He is ticked and angry. And he doesn't like that. He's got to be careful. Now he goes back. Adebayo will shoot 1. And he hits it. Ever since it was 19-19, it is 13-4. So I'm getting back to you. I want to go back myself one time and see it, but I'm not a big person. There's only really 2 cities I like. Islamabad, where I'm at now, is not a big city. This is just a collection of houses. Seriously. There's no real downtown. There's no anything. It's just a collection of houses on a grid. And there are a few buildings that are good, and believe me, it's a nice area, but it's not a big city at all. Here's Rivers, and a foul, and he'll go to the line. Adebayo with the foul. Hey, life evens the score. There are 2 cities I really like that I would always go to. The first one is Bangkok. I love Bangkok. Oh, it's the chillest big city in the world. It is the chillest big city in the world. You go there, you get to watch people, have a few, sit back, you can see soccer, Muay Thai. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then you can go see the sights, the jungle if you want. You know what I want to do? I want to go there. I'm going to Bangkok in March for a break. And I want to go up to Chiang Mai for a couple days, actually for a day or so, and then I'm going to take a car. I want to go to Chiang Rai with an R, and I want to go to the casino in Laos because they open up the borders. I want to go to Laos for a couple days. Laos a couple day thing because just the way Laos is, and then I want to go back. And I want to I want to go back to Bangkok, eat a couple places. Bada bing, bada boom, there it is. There's the 3, yes! And Miami's starting to open up a 13-point lead. The thing that's different here, Action PC basketball, the games go quicker. So if it's a blowout, then the games are like bada bing, bada boom. You cut out a lot of the stuff, and you can get it. There's 2, and it is no good. I like the flow of Action PC because it's like the flow of basketball. It gets big, small, like that stuff. And very rarely do you get games like the one we just saw in the last one. It was over in the first quarter. Hardaway, and that's a miss. Legend Sports Universe, good to see you. I like the fact we got a few people in here. Clinton Parks, really good. And Legend Sports Universe, very good to see. I'm doing the all-time tournament. Notice I didn't call it the Legends. I'm keeping that copyright with you. It's going to be stolen by LeBron James. James to Hardaway. And yeah, I'm keeping the Legends Sports with you. There's going to be 3, and Chris Bosh got it. And Miami, since it was 19-19, it's a 21-5 run, and Atlanta's getting blown out here. Rivers to Pettit, and a miss. This is why we didn't open it up for all the NBA teams. There's 2, and that's LeBron James. And a timeout. Hey, it's a nod. It's not necessary, but it's kind of like a nod to all of your effort and all of the stuff you do. I also love the way you were doing play-by-play for hockey. I think it was Calgary, and I like the way it was Calgary and Montreal that you had going on. Stampeders, and I liked watching it. I think you do good play-by-play. I enjoyed. I had it on in the background, and I was doing some work today, map testing stuff. And there's 2 for Dominique, and he misses 1. This game is getting out of hand, and Wilkins hits the second. 42-25. 2 games, that look good on paper, but getting out of the way with, really. But anyway, yeah, it was good. Legends, Clinton, you should go to see Legends' channel. You should see his channel. The amount of work he puts into his leagues is awesome. It is really awesome. It is worth it. He does a bunch of really good stuff. And I like that stuff. There's the slam. And it is Miami just now blowing out Atlanta. It was tied at 19, and now it is 25-6, the run. Dominique, and now 25-8. They got to stop this run. But it's a little too late. Look at Dominique. He's got to just do that. They're doing that just to keep your interest in this game. But yeah, Clinton, he is very good. Go to his channel. See it. It's awesome. It's freaking awesome. He makes his own logos and the ice now. He uses a few things where you can actually see. What the hell? He spun himself out of bounds. And so here come the Heat. They have the Sixers, the Knicks, the Celtics, and the Bucks. Now the Sixers are a favorite. The Celtics are a favorite. The Bulls, really, I mean, there's 5 or 6 teams, and there's going to be 2 that are going to be wasted. There's a tier system here. And here we go. Oh, Butler Yankees. Oh, find a real Butler Yankees. That is good. Yeah, I know. It's like he spun himself out of bounds. He did a dizzy bat race or something, and he just spun himself out of bounds. And, oh, the best one I can ever remember was Al Michaels. It was a Minnesota Vikings game, and the cannon went off early. And he goes, what the hell was that? Like that. He said that right on national TV. It's like, what the, but the cannon went bam, bam. He's like, whoa, what? I think you can find that on YouTube. That's always a funny Al Michaels move. I was actually watching the game when that happened. And, you know, once in a while something, oh look, he almost spun himself out of bounds. But, yeah, you do that. And that's going to be a long shot, no good. Morning with a rebound to give it to Hardaway. You can see that the problem with, there are going to be some excellent games, and there have been, that are really, really good. But with this kind of league and the tier system where the teams are, there are going to be games that are like this at nights where I'm barely going to talk about the games. We just show them, and then everybody listens, and then you comment and you have fun. These are the games that are better. Yeah. So that is good. Yeah, the baseball, I like baseball. There's a 3 and a miss. Rebound Morning, and it is no good. Rebound Morning again, and there's a foul. Yeah, I want to do, what I do is this, and this is for both of you. This is for Clinton and Legend Sports Universe. I'm now going to be in my second iteration of the Creators Cup, which means what I do is I use Out of the Park Baseball, and you get to pick any team in the history of baseball. Any in the history of baseball. And that'll be a miss. Johnson with the rebound. And you make a division, not one team, but you'll get a division of 6 teams. I do it in football. I'm going to do it on Sunday. I'm going to keep it going. We're nearing the end of the Football Creators Cup season. So we have the different, I'll name the division after you, and you pick 6 teams, and now I'm going to open it up to any team in history. And you get to pick them, and I put them in the league. And here's Young. More on that. Pettit will shoot, no good, and that's it. It was tied at 19. And it is a 28-8 run, and it is 47-27. It could be the first single-digit quarter. I guess the only thing I should say, has anybody ever played on the computer Stratomatic for either basketball or football? And if you played Stratomatic on basketball or football, is it something I can broadcast with? Because I've seen Stratomatic football. I might do a college year next year. I would do the 2007 college season on Strat. The only reason I don't like Strat, I'm not very big whenever you have a computer game that's dependent on card and dice outcomes, because there's only so many outcomes. There's only so many. And we know there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of combinations and thousands really of combinations each play, how it can go. And you know, that's the thing. And I know they refine it, and it's good, and it's a good game. Look at that, 25-19 and 22-8. We're going to go to the second half. But the one thing is, I'm going to have that link. So when I do it, look, and I usually get in March, I get teams. And usually the beginning of March, and I'm going to do this for Creator Cup number 2. What I'm going to do is 150 games. We're going to play 3 games a day. We're going to sim 3 games a day. And I'll put the stats up on my own. Just look at the simulation and replay. That Facebook channel that I usually am in. And then take a look at my own, I'll put my link to my own Facebook page for the stats. But that and the I Love Out of the Park Baseball, whatever. But look for that, because I'm going to start asking people about teams in early March. And there's Bosch, the slam dunk. Unfortunately, this game is over. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say, hey, you know, who wants to, you know, what's the teams that you'll have? First come, first serve. I tried to think, oh, maybe I'll give somebody, no, first come, first serve. Yeah. I'm going to let Beatles know, and Clinton, I'll let you know, Legend Sports, and it's all on Out of the Park Baseball. So it'll be 3 games a day I sub, 150 games. Then what I do is I will do 1 game a day in the playoffs, which means I will sim all the games at once, and then 1 game a day. So, and then for game 7s, I'll have all the game 7s. But what I'll do is, I won't have all the game 7s, but what I do is I bounce around games. So if a game is a blowout, I'll bounce around to another game in the playoffs. Wait, and he misses. And that's I love doing that. That's really good. And I'll let you all know it'll be good, and every day I'll have that. And then what'll happen is this: I'll play the 150 games in April and May. And when I leave in June, that's 50 broadcast days. And when I don't broadcast, what I do is I just put up the stats so people can follow it. There's LeBron. So I'll broadcast probably 40 out of the 50 days. And you'll have stats. You can follow it every day. And then when we come back, 2 of your teams, no matter what the record, 2 of your teams will always make the playoffs. And what I do is I take the top 2. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, this thing's a blowout. And then what I do is I take the top 2, and then I reseed everybody. So this year in Creators Cup 1, we had the best 2 teams. 3. No. Pettit. No. And Warning again to rebound. But we had the top 2 teams in the same division. We did. And we made them 1 and 2, so they had home field advantages all the way through. No. That's all right. That's all right. I have many people, and I will be honest with you. I have many people that are on different parts of the political spectrum. The reason I started doing this is because during the pandemic, 2 things happened. 1, there was no sports. So I said I'll do a YouTube channel for people on my page, for people that can watch sports, you know, because there were no sports, remember that. So I said, all right, I'll do my own sports. And then CFA for my friends and all that, and I'll do the play-by-play. All right, it was fun. And then I really liked it. I started doing it more and more. But number 2, I keep doing it because now everybody wants to put in politics, and there's no way to kill fun and enjoyment of the sports you're watching more than making political commentary during a freaking sporting event. And everybody goes, oh, how do you get, it's easy. You know, when you keep politics out, people of every sort of whatever, they'll watch and you'll joke and you'll swap stories and all that stuff. And you'll realize that we're the same and we all want the best things. And then all of a sudden when you say something political, now people divide up. So Facebook pages are great because they're for your views and stuff. And that's great. And I'm so glad that everybody does, you know, stuff like that. That's fine. When it comes to sports, I keep it all the way out. I keep politics all the way out. Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know, and that's the thing that I miss. You know, the one thing I'm going through, it's hardest for me because I'm going through a transition where in the old days you could say things and we kept politics out of sports. And we did all that stuff. We did. And in the 80s and the 80s, when I grew up in the late 80s, and then the early 90s and late 90s, nobody talked about any of that. 3 and a miss. And then, all of a sudden it comes in play. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I don't watch the news for a reason. I watch sports to escape. And a 3, and he nails it. It's now 17. And they gotta, I mean, there's still a little bit of time here. I don't think they're gonna do it. Because Miami's scoring at will when they want to. And Wade, here's Rice. Yeah, I do. Now well, here's the thing. I get frustrated myself because the sporting news ended when I became really into this type of stuff. Like when I was a kid, I got Sports Illustrated, and I know that, it's Sports Illustrated. But the sporting news was more stats and figures, which I love now. And I started to like, I started to like it. But, you know, I remember getting Hockey Digest. And I loved Hockey Digest because the only thing I didn't like in Hockey Digest and I got Sport Magazine, Sport, S-P-O-R-T. And Sport Magazine, the only thing I didn't like is when they did stats, it was all gambling and betting. And I was a kid, I'm like, I want to see like 3-point statistics. I want to see field goal statistics. And back then, you know, we didn't, if we had, there was going to be a miss. Yeah, well, when I was a kid, I didn't understand it. Remember that, you know, when I was, when I had the Sports Illustrated, you know, when I was a kid, that thing when it came out, yeah, it was popular, but not until really the mid-'80s, the late 80s. And I took sports and lit when I was in 10th grade. And that's really the best time we could afford Sports Illustrated. Because it was $52 a year. And back then, if we had $52, we were taught to save it. 3 and a miss. So, yep, absolutely. I do not read a sporting magazine. I don't care what side it gets, right or left. I don't care if it gets political, that's a bunch of crap. And Dragic a rebound. 60-40 here. This game's a blowout, really. Too much fun talking here. Yeah, I get really angry when they do that because I don't watch sports for the human interest story. It's one thing if you got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar coming up from poverty and this, all right. Yeah, because it's interesting and it gets a little inspiring and stuff. But it's another thing when you start taking mid-tier players and making political statements. And I don't want to see that. I don't care. I don't care if they agree with me or not agree with me. And not what it's really done. Yeah, what the hell with Kareem's jazz collection? It's like, well, you know what? I don't know. You know, if he mentions that, because Michael Jordan used to knit. He was into knitting. He's one of the best knitters you'd ever see, and that calmed him down on road trips. He would knit socks, he would stitch, he knows how to sew, because he was poor growing up. Now that's interesting, but not more than about a couple lines. Like, you know, 60 Minutes did something in the mid-'80s, and they go, here's Michael Jordan. He fixes his own basketball jerseys. He knows how to stitch and knit. Yeah, okay. But that's not worth a front page article. That's a little fact in the back. It's like, hey, you know, okay, that's all right. It's in the back or whatever. You have a few neat facts or whatever. Stuff and okay, that's not bad. That's going to be a 3 just to prove this game sucks. I mean, Atlanta is just getting killed. But I didn't mind that. I really don't mind that. There's a 3 and a make, but, you know, it's too little too late. But what I don't like is all of a sudden you go in and there's this 5-page article on, you know, somebody in our politics and their views and, oh, how refreshing. Now, no, it's not refreshing. I don't care what side you're on. It's not refreshing to watch sports and see somebody with political topics. And I don't care if they agree with me. I know people that agree with me, and then whenever things happen, they make it political, and I got to tell them to shut up. Why? Because I'm not, you know, you come to sports to escape. You get mad at teams and players because they beat you on the court. They beat you on the field. They always win at the end. Bill Belichick is hated because their teams always beat people in the fourth quarter. They go, oh, deflate gate. Remember, Tom Brady was losing when they used the deflated footballs. The worst cheating scandal ever. But all right, you say stuff about them, you keep it on the field, all right? I never liked Notre Dame football because they always got ranked highly because the networks made money off of them. All right, we can do that. We can argue. We can. But the thing that I'm going to, I'll just be very honest, is I'm not going to like a team because their political views. And I got a lot of Steeler fans liking the Patriots because the political views of the owner, and I got a lot of people being fans who hated the 49ers being fans of them because of the other way, political views. And I'll be honest with you, you're not using sports to determine who you like and hate. 3, good. But I mean, this thing's over. Atlanta has 48 points in 3 quarters. That's barely even 15 and a quarter. Oh, they scored 19 there. 19-8 and then whatever. Oh, I like BC. Oh, I think there's a lot of people across the country that like BC. Holy Cross used to be good. I used to know a guy when he was at Pitt 1 year. His last name was McGovern. And he went back to Holy Cross. He was a football coach there. And they called him Woogie. And he was a football coach at Pitt When I was equipment guy my freshman year, he's an assistant, and he went to Holy Cross, and I think was their actual football coach. And then the other way, BC, whenever BC is good, they got a lot of people liking them. The BC beat Notre Dame that one year and knocked them from #1. And here's LeBron. LeBron, oh yeah. That's why this game will never be close. Look at that. And that is the dunk here. Anything can happen when you have one game of 40 minutes. But not tonight. The regular is happening. And, you know, that's the biggest thing. So here's Hagan. And that's going to be knocked away. LeBron to Dwayne. Yep. But yeah, I totally... Yeah, the Maine Bearcats. No, the Maine Black Bears. The Maine Black Bears. And they're 1AA. And I remember a few years they were pretty dang good. They were good. So, you know, the Maine Black Bears, that was big. Here's Timmy. I mean, we're going to do two. We're going to do hockey. Hockey, I changed it to 2 30-minute halves. LeBron, no. And here's Mutombo. They go to Johnson. Yeah, BC. You know, I always liked BC. The old Golden Eagles. Flutie was before me. But when I go back and watch that 84 season, they were a great team. 72-50. Again, no. I like BC. After this game, we'll do a recap. I'll take a shower, then we'll go up and we'll play Reno. Did I take a power hit? Why? What happened? Did you hear something? What happened? Did I take a power hit? We took a power hit at 6 to 7 o'clock this time. So it's been on for a little bit. And that'll be Wade's fourth. He might stay in. Oh, really? No. It might have been an internet thing. My internet doesn't get affected by power because I'm on an uninterrupted power supply. Because where I'm at, I'm in Islamabad, and there's always power cuts. So the annoying thing is my heat goes out and for an hour, and I can't cook because the kitchen goes out. So between 6 and 7, it goes out. Here's LeBron. Yes. This is over. So every so often the internet goes a little bit weird. It happens. Rivers, and that's going to be a foul on Alonzo. Had to ask, I have 5 different pages up from 5 different locations. All right. What is your question? What can I help you with? We got 7 minutes. I might as well answer questions for the last 7 minutes because this game's over. I mean, really, I don't know why I'm still in it. What is your question? Yeah, Doc Rivers is playing. That is funny. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. You have 5 pages up from 5 different locations, and you had to ask what if it was my power because of thing. All right, yeah, that sounds right. Dwayne Wade just had it blocked twice, and he got the third, and he missed it. You're supposed to make it, dag it in like a dagger. So here's Doc now. Doc Rivers is playing. I know Doc Rivers was good point guard for them, and that's going to be a foul, and it'll count. You know, you say any given Sunday for the NFL. They don't say it in the NBA because it's a 19-point game. Now, these are kind of 2 different tiers. The reason why we don't have a long regular season is because the talent disparity. We'd be playing playing too many games between teams we know we'll never win. Wade got it. It's only a 2. The reason why we play only 7 games is the good teams will be in. And then when you play the quarters and the quarters, semis, and then finals, they're 1 game. So anybody can do anything in 1 game. You know, 1 game could be anything. You could have a good game, a bad game. You could have LeBron James can pick up 2 fouls in the first quarter and have to sit. Now we got a totally different game. Here's LeBron, and he tries a nice pass to Shaq. And here's Caldwell. I believe LeBron was Shaq's teammate for a year. He spent 1 year in Cleveland, and there's Chris Bosh. So, you know, Kevin Garnett played against Magic Johnson and, there was a player, Lenny Wilkins. I think he was Hall of Fame, for Atlanta, I think. Yeah, Shaq played for the Seven. Man, my God, he did. Forgot he played for Cleveland. He played for Orlando, LA, Cleveland, Boston, Miami. Right, Cleveland, Boston, Miami. Not exactly in that order. And we have 5 minutes to go. You know, I saw one thing about Michael Jordan and his statistics. Michael Jordan was just as good with the Wizards as he was with the Bulls. Statistically, he was incredible. He was always hurt. But when they matched 82 games up, he played 82 games, his first 82 with Washington, and he was averaging some of his best numbers, but he was hurt. And LeBron James, it was down to 15. But, you know, he got 4.5 minutes to go. This is another reason why we don't play 12-minute quarters. Can you imagine these 2 blowout games where we would still have another 12 minutes to go or whatever? I'd be like, geez, oh man, how do we fill up the airtime? Now it's down to 15. I mean, it would still take a miracle. They want to talk about it. They want to talk about it and say, look, it's getting to that annoying part where you don't want to just blow it all off and say whatever. But you do want to finish the deal. You do. When you lead by a lot early, I mean, you kind of say, yeah, well, and then you lay back. You don't show everything in your hand, and then another team comes back. It's a little annoying. There's Dwayne Wade. He makes the 3. Every time they get close, they pull away again. Dominique has done nothing tonight. And I know that's an oxymoron, because when you do nothing, you're doing something. Seriously, when you do nothing, you're doing something. That's another 3, and that'll end the game. That's Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway is also on the Golden State Warriors. And that's it. And that's going to be a foul. This one on Hardaway. Atlanta will go 2. It's now 19. Rivers has 8 points and 4 assists. Something about the feel of the pro game, really. You know, I like the playoffs, but regular season in a pro game, when you go see a pro game in a regular season, it's really cool. It really is cool. It's so fast, it's unbelievable. But then when you see it on TV, it has this weird feel to it. It does. College is different. It's like 40 minutes. The actual basketball is such a short spurt that it's like every possession you're screaming and you're yelling. An 8-point lead is huge. It was down to 15, and now it's up to 22. Chris Bosh has 12 points in 19 minutes. He hasn't missed a shot. And that includes a 3. Pettit. And yeah, he's going to hit, and that's good. I don't know how in the world they're going to rebound if they play each other if Atlanta makes the quarterfinals. I mean, there's some really good teams out there. Miami's one of them. And you got, I mean, Hall of Famers everywhere here. I'm not saying the best in league history. But that pass was garbage. But here's Caldwell. Rivers again. Now, you know who I want to see? I'm going to see, you say Lenny Wilkens, I want to see freaking Lou Hudson. Remember Lou Hudson? That'd be awesome if he would show. Doc. Over to Wilkins. That was a highlight. And with 2 minutes to go, Miami's going to win the game. It's 87-70. James. And that's going to be a foul. And it'll be on Caldwell.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Now at the line, LeBron James.
So LeBron James, that's going to be one miss. 87-70. Well, you know how they run credits before the game's over. The minute 51 to go. I'm going to say thank you to Legend Sports Universe. I'm going to say thank you to Clinton Parks. Clinton Parks, very good talking with you. Feel free anytime to come in and write stuff. I'm very happy when people come in, especially the blowout games. So thank you, Clinton Parks. It really was good. You know, Al Red Sox fan was in. Thank him also. Hardaway, no. Here's Dominique. So a big thank you to everybody. I am happy you stopped in. We're going to do a quick recap. I'll take a shower, go upstairs, and 3. And Pettit, he's good at shooting threes. You know, it's 15. It's too little, too late. And there's 1 minute to go. Miami will be 1-0. Atlanta 0-1. The Bulls are 2-0. The Cavs are 0-1. Those are the 4 teams that played today. All Eastern teams. Hardaway and a mess. And we are going to show the standings and everything. Mutombo to Pettit to Rivers. You just don't know which the 2-0 means. You don't know whether it's whether the 2-0 is a solid 2-0, because right now the Chicago Bulls, they beat the New York Knicks 85-73, and Wayne Wade is fouled out.
Personal foul. Team is independent. At the line for the Hawks, Joe Caldwell.
And he nails one, and there it is. 88-76 and 88-77. Ronnie Cycli is in. The game will end. Believe me, it was not an 11-point game. This thing was not an 11-point game. It ballooned up to about 25. Atlanta, they pulled back, and Miami wins very comfortably. 88-77. Very, very comfortably. Atlanta had a few threes at the end, but Miami dominated throughout, and that's going to be the end of the doubleheader tonight. Miami, a great performance, is standing 0, and Atlanta, they're not a bad team, but tonight they just got killed. LeBron James, the player of the game for Miami, he had a great one. And now we're going to take a look at everything else, and we'll quit here. Taking a look right now, let's go and save it. Then we'll take a look at the box scores, and that's it. James had 33 points. No, he had 17 points, 8 assists, and 2 steals. So the Spurs and the Clippers, that should be a very unique one. Well, Spurs could be like 3-0. But anyway, you can see 22-8 and 21-21 and 29-20 was 47-27 at the half, and then 20-point lead in the fourth quarter. Yeah, they coasted. Taking a look, LeBron James 17, 5, and 8. Mourning with 13 rebounds. A lot of people getting playing time. On the other side, Millsap, Pete Maravich did not play. Smith and Millsap, well, Maravich should have played. Why the hell not? Now, Pettit, 27 points. Not bad. 4 of 8 and threes. They just, 12 turnovers. 12-5 in turnovers. They only shot 39%. They shot 57 times. That's it. Not good. Heat shot almost 50%. They needed one more shot to go in. Not great in threes, but, just the way it is, Quickly, the next games will be Spurs and the Clippers, and then Cavs and the Boston Celtics. Oh, the Cavs and the Celtics. Oh, boy, the Celtics are going to be on that one. The standings really quickly. The Spurs are 2-0. They're going to play the Clippers at 1-1. That'll be a good one. See, the Lakers played one game and won by 41 points. On the other side, the Blazers are 0-2. You can't go 0-3, you know that. In the East, the Bulls are 2-0. They beat the Knicks and they won today against the Cavs. The Heat are 1-0. The Bucks and the Sixers and the Celtics, we haven't had yet. The Knicks only lost by 8 to the Bulls, so they got hope. Atlanta they didn't look good, and Cleveland got killed. Well, I'll tell you what, I hate losing a sneeze. Isn't there any worse feeling in the world than losing a sneeze? You go to sneeze and then you lose it. So anyway, those are the two things. Here is the East right there. You saw in the West. It's shaping up. It's going to be to the end. You only play 7 games. That's right. That's going to be it for us today. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Thanks again for everybody. Clinton Parks, our Red Sox fan, and Legend Sports Universe. 3 of you made tonight really good. Thank you very much. Have a great day.